Hello, I'm Jashykins, and guess what? It's been the season premiere of American Horror Story, this time taking place at an asylum. And the premiere episode is called Welcome to Briarcliff. And wow, this was a good episode. This was worth the wait. But one of the problems that Rev Resner complained about, and I've heard some other people complain about, is that, well, there's so much crammed into this in such a short amount of time, and that should have been like an hour and a half to an hour to 2 hour premiere. And I was able to keep up with the majority of it. It seems this time around there are two major storylines going on. The main one, the one I consider to be the main one, so I'm going to call it storyline A, is the whole happening inside the asylum in the past days and everything that's going on there. Then the second storyline, which we start out with, storyline B, it has nothing much but two horny grown-ups wanting to have sex in a creepy place. And they ended up getting more than they bargained for. But sounds much more interesting than what actually happens in that storyline. And yeah, this is wow. One of the complaints I have is bloody face. You're naming this kick-ass killer who sees aliens bloody face. I like how the character is going, and he's played by the same guy who played Tate in season 1. And it was it's just a horrible name. In my personal opinion, I don't like the name at all. Bloody face, bloody butt, bloody hand, bloody feet. One of the things I was most pleased about this episode were the lesbians. And no, it's not because I'm a pervert. It's because I liked how the story arc went. In this episode, I'm going to call them, one of them reporter and the other one roommate. Because I'm horrible with names. Anyways, reporter goes that, well, reporter goes and ends up being captured because she's trying to find the truth out about this asylum that's supposed to be this horrific place. And so she ends up being captured. And so the roommate decides to, allow her to keep trapped in there. And this isn't really as selfish as it sounds, because for one, the roommate was previously shown to really not want to show their sexuality, going to semi-extreme lengths to hide it. And the evil-ass nun was saying, if you don't sign these papers, then we're not going to allow you to teach. We're basically kicking her out of a job. But the thing is, what if the nun could find someone else to sign the papers, which the nun is a fucking evil bitch, she could probably find out a way to do it. And I'm just really interested to see how the storyline goes. I'm really wondering if reporter will escape. I'm really hoping reporter will escape and then they can be reunited. Because I really want to see how that would go down, how, roommate would defend herself and reporter would or would not accept it. I really want to find out that. I really hope they go down that road, but this isn't a nice hunky-dory show. This is where bad shit happens. then the evil-ass nun is evil and sexually repressed. This is sort of shown when she's cooking dinner and she imagines herself just wearing this red lingerie, like a slip. It's not really a dress, it's more of just a slip. And red, of course, is a very sexual color. And then during dinner, she imagines herself having sex with the priest. So yeah, she's sexually repressed, and it's like, what if her not having sex is the reason she's being such a bitch? And she can just let herself open. Of course, she wouldn't be a nun, but that's a whole another story, and I don't want to go into that right now. But yeah, she's sexually repressed and evil. And the people who work there are scared to death of her. Now, there's been some complaints about aliens, but my whole thing is, well, that's probably in Bloody Face's imagination, that they're not really there, you know. In the 60s, the big thing was UFOs. So he could just be using that, and just imagining aliens coming in, operating him while he's really killing people like his wife. So I'm really interested how they're going to explore that. I really like when Bloody Face goes all crazy and sees things. I really hope we see more of that. And though there's a cruel doctor who is sort of raising these creatures, we don't really get to see them, we just know they're there. And so a huge question is, what are they? And so I can't wait till next week, so hopefully we either find out or we get some more information, because that, I really, really, really want to find that out quickly. And that's really all I have to talk about with this episode of American Horror Story. So I won't take up any more of your time than needed, who are either watching me on YouTube, my blog, or Tumblr. So, you know, you have a life, sort of. So this has been a review of American Horror Story episode 2.01, aka Welcome to Briarcliff. I have been Jashykins from jashykins.blogspot.com. I'm the owner. If you're viewing this on YouTube, subscribe, like, comment, just tell me how I did. If you're viewing this on my blog, thank you just for watching. If you want to look at the links, and then click on the link to my Cafe Press Shop, where you can find nice items to buy so you can help support the blog. If you want to contact me outside of YouTube or my blog, you can of course do so at Facebook at facebook.com/jashykins fan page, or on Twitter at jashykins. If you're interested in following my American Horror Story Tumblr, you can do so at americanhorrorstoryraven.tumblr.com. I spent like 10 minutes trying to think of a better name for it. And so that's really been it. So until next video, goodbye.